Okay guys, welcome back. Yeah, we've just done the Lions video on the Crusaders, but also there's another game that we're interested in, which was the England game in Argentina. Now Al,
I missed it.
You missed it?
It's gutted.
So what do you want to know?
Yeah, I mean, I'd quite like to know who stood out, who impressed you, because it was a very young squad they've taken out there, and whether any of those have stepped up for future games, kind of looking into the autumn. Really.
Right, so going straight in there with who impressed.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, everyone impressed, really, is the simple answer. I think actually to start with, the more experienced players impressed. Okay. My God, they stood up. How on earth Warren Gatland hasn't taken Launchbury, Kerr, Ford?
Yeah.
Wow. Us as England fans, we can say that, but they were fantastic. Launchbury was amazing. Ford, best game for England.
Really?
Absolutely. And I think the pressure was off, I think, and he could just play and express himself, and his goal kicking was good.
Was it? That's
really good.
Yeah, that's good.
He got some big kicks from distance, tough angles. Yeah, fantastic. And
Danny Kerr, step up, starting 9?
Danny Kerr calmed his game down a little bit.
Okay.
Because it was so frenetic.
Yeah.
If he was breaking all over the place, it would have been a nightmare.
Yeah.
He was really solid. He was really good. The other thing about Ford, speed. He scored a length of the pitch try where he linked up with Francis, I think, and then gassed the fullback on the outside. I think it was the fullback. I think it was Hernandez on the outside.
Amazing.
And that's something I've been saying. I'm not sure he's got that running game to match with, say, a Bowden Barrett. Yeah. But he's showing it there. He's always going to be a bit small, but goal kicking and running game was two things I wanted.
Which, as you fly half, are quite important, aren't they? Especially in modern day fly half as well. Danny Kerr's kicking game better, or was there not?
I didn't actually notice. I didn't notice too much. The game was so crazy. I didn't notice his kicking game actually. So sorry about that.
That's all right.
The other guys that stood out from the youngsters, obviously Tom Curry. Okay, and I watched the game a second time really closely. He is so quick. He's so good on the ball. He's so quick on the ball. Eddie Jones likes players that get off the floor quickly. My God, he gets off the floor quickly. Thumps the tackle and he thumps the tackle. Great technique. This guy's got some technique. And he's straight back up and in the defensive line. So the guy he's tackled on the floor presenting it, and he's back in the defensive line. So you're the player up.
Amazing.
And then the other guy he played with, Wilson, who's an open side for Newcastle. He was brilliant. And you had him at 6, Curry at 7. 2 guys on the ball. It was like the complete opposite of Robshaw and Haskell.
Yeah, I think the only thing you're missing from that really is a bit of Zach Mercer at 8, aren't you? I think having Zach Mercer at 8, I think would just top that back row off and youthful. And
Zach Mercer's been great in the Under-20s World Cup. If England don't win the Under-20s World Cup, I'm just going to blame it on the senior team nicking Curry and a load of their players.
Exactly.
So they really impressed. Hughes looks dangerous. He's still a little bit loose with ball in hand, but I think that's just who he is. The Fijian flair, but he looked dangerous. Pretty much everyone looked pretty good. I think some of the youngsters in the front row struggled a bit with the scrum potentially. Again, still looks great around the park. So they're the players that stood out for me.
Anybody that didn't stand out massively?
Well, no, because it was such an exciting game. Like I said, some of the youngsters maybe struggled a tiny bit. I still want Brown to carry the ball in 2 hands a bit more and look for link-up passes. Because now we've got Watson breathing down his neck in the Lions 15 shirt. He might have to watch out. But no, actually another player, I know they only came really briefly at the end, but Jack Maunder came on the 9 for Exeter for the last couple of plays of the game, and when they scored the Solomona try. A couple of great passes, but Eddie Jones picked him for his chat, is what he said anyway. And the last phase of the game, pretty much, where they put Solomona in on the right, there were guys coming in to clear out the ruck. The ruck was won, so Maunder literally forcefully shouted them out to the right, created the overlap, and created the space, and they scored. Little things like that.
I think he's got a very good reputation down in Exeter. He's very highly thought of. I mean, he's not been there that long, but he's definitely on the up. And they got some good scrum halves down at Exeter.
He was only on for a few minutes, but I just noticed, he created that, helped create that try. So it's going to be really interesting. A big statement from England, I think, is they played 3 playmakers in midfield.
Yeah, interesting, isn't it?
Really interesting. I think Eddie Jones is saying, right, well, this is the way pretty much I want to go. Lazowski's a very small 12, but creative. Not sure he's quite got what Farrell's got, but he's creative. Slade was had a moment of genius. Did you see it?
No.
He did like a dummy switch through the gap and then straight onto his foot, dribbled it through into the corner.
I think he's massively underrated, Henry Slade. He got that chance before he had that really bad leg break.
Yeah, that's it. He had a chance and he got the leg break.
He got the injury, but he for me is somebody who needs to get an England shirt on when everybody's back and playing.
But what position would he play?
I'd play him at 13
instead of Joseph and Daly.
I'd play Daly on the wing.
Maybe
a bit like they were thinking, but
I think he's just struggling for position at the moment. Where would he fit in?
He's too good. He's too good to leave out, I think.
Yeah. But you've got options there, haven't you? You've got loads of playmaking options, and that's really exciting. We've seen the Lions kind of experiment or stumble across Farrell and Sexton, and we've been saying that all along.
Right from the start.
And then we see England now playing with 3 10s. Certainly at least 2 10s normally. And it looks like the way to go.
Yeah, definitely. Thoughts on Argentina?
Argentina are all right. They played really well with passion. The game was just a bit too loose, and England's 3 playmakers kind of, really helped there. They'll be gutted. They were full strength.
Yeah.
They were all from the same club. Did you know that?
No, I didn't know that.
So you know the Jaguares, Jaguars.
Yeah.
And all their players for that match came from that squad.
Wow. Okay.
So they know about playing together. There's no excuse there.
Yeah.
And they will be absolutely distraught. So it'll be interesting to see what happens in the second game. Hopefully we'll see a few other of the new players. Underhill will probably have a great chance at 7.
Yeah.
Absolutely watch this space. So comment below, tell us what you thought of the game, who stood out. Until next time, enjoy rugby, guys.